Welcome back. Dr. Troy Dukowitz. Here we are, Retention Secrets, where our purpose is to increase patient certainty so we can increase patient retention. This is week 3 for October, and I'm super excited about this week's tip. You got one of two options here this week. We're going to either talk about Pumpkinhead, or we're going to talk about what a bowling ball has to do with your health. So let's start with the bowling ball because that's what's on the paper tip. If you're going to use the paper tip and you go, damn dude, we've done paper tips the last 2 weeks, no worries, slow down there for me, my friend. What you're going to do, you have options. First and foremost is to do the paper tip, but go ahead and laminate it. And only print up 5 or 6 of them so you have enough, or 10 of them, so you have enough for people who would be in your office all at one time. And they can carry them to the table with them, and you have a conversation focused on the picture. Don't worry about what's written. Talk to them about the picture. This gives you the opportunity to go for the visual stimuli. Some of you might actually delete the information that's on there and go ahead and blow up the picture and put it in the middle. That way you can focus on the image. Why do you want to focus on the image? Because we're talking about the weight of a bowling ball and what that has to do with your neck and your posture. Namely that the average head weighs anywhere between 8 to 11 pounds. And then what we know is that for every 1 inch the head moves forward off of its base, that increases the weight by 10 pounds. It means that force, that tension, that additional weight is being carried by your body. For every inch forward it moves, it adds 10 pounds. It increases resistance, it increases tension, it increases interference on your nerve system. So the paper tip is great for being able to have that conversation when you look at the picture. Now, if you want to make it more experiential though, well, here we go. To make it more experiential, I get a pumpkin. Not the plastic pumpkin. I'm just using this as an example. But what you do is you get, maybe if you have 5 tables, you get 5 pumpkins. We would like to see you go between 4 and 8 pounds. You probably don't want to do a 10-pound or an 11-pound pumpkin in your office, but you can if you have some people who are a little bit stronger and kind of mix it up a little bit. But get yourself some pumpkins and say, Mary, I want you to carry this with to the room with you, or to the table with you. Set it down in the chair if you have chairs. If not, set it on the floor next to the table. The doc will see it. Doctor, when the patient hops up off the table after they've been adjusted, you ask them to do one simple thing. Mary, I want you to hold this here, and I want you to tell me if you feel like you could hold this for a while, or if you feel relatively strong holding this against your body. The answer should be yes. Then I want you to take this pumpkin, and I want you to extend your arms all the way out and hold it. Now, this is why we want it to have a little bit of weight to it, because when they get out here, immediately we will probably start to see them sway a little bit. And we want to ask them a very simple question. Do you think your body is stronger in this position or weaker? Do you think this would be a good thing or a bad thing if it were actually your head? So now I translate it to the head conversation and say, Mary, here's the deal. Our postures change, and they change because of TV, they change because of the computer, they change because of text messaging, where most people are doing this. And when they do this, it puts, you can even hear how I'm changing how I talk, because it affects my vocal cords, it affects my throat. And so as I do this, for every 1 inch that my head goes forward, it increases 10 pounds. It increases that weight by 10 pounds. How crazy is that? So if normally my head is 8 to 10 pounds, I go here, I'm now carrying the weight because of the angle. I'm carrying the weight of 20 pounds. If I go here, I'm carrying the weight of 30 pounds. Man, that's uncomfortable. Ugh. Do it yourself. It's horrible. And what's the importance of this? Well, first and foremost, it talks about posture and the importance of having proper posture. But for so many people, they've been living this way so long, it has caused them to be subluxated in these areas. And this subluxation can cause such things as headaches. It can cause TMJ problems. It can cause shoulder problems, upper back problems. This affects nerves that goes down to the heart and the lungs. It can cause all types of problems with people when they start to understand the impact that posture has on their health. So this is an opportunity for you to be extremely Socratic, by the way, where I'm saying, are you stronger here or weaker? Are you stronger here or weaker? Is this a good thing or a bad thing? Is your head out here a good thing or a bad thing? Is it healthy or unhealthy? And what should we do about it? So number one, we're going to get you adjusted to make sure that we can help to keep that nerve system functioning properly and keep the joints mobile and moving the way that they're supposed to move. Number two, what you can do at home is you watch your posture. Squeeze those shoulder blades together, keep yourself upright. Make sure, if you remember 2 weeks ago when we talked about, if you did this tip 2 weeks ago, we talked about sitting being the new smoking and the importance of moving around every 20 minutes, or every hour. Guess what? Every single, I say the 20-minute rule, so every 20 minutes you should be changing your posture. Don't let your head get here. Don't let your posture get there, because you compound this over days, weeks, and months, and it turns into years, and that is when you start to see people who say, oh, well, that's osteoporosis. But you know what? It has to start somewhere, some way, somewhere, somehow, and it starts because it's starting so early now. It starts with our kids who are looking at iPads and cell phones, and it goes into school where kids are sitting this way, and they're sitting at computers now. It goes into how they're watching TV. It goes to how you are at work, how you are with the laptop on your lap when you're sitting at the couch watching movies, and it has to do with how you're driving every single day. This is a real life tip that people can understand. You have the option on how you want to use this. You can use the paper tip, you can use the real pumpkins, whatever you do, have the conversation, get engaged in that conversation with them, and hey, if they open up that door for a referral, never forget that you can always walk through it. Who do you know that could benefit from understanding what it is that we're talking about here today? Who do you know that has this very posture that we're talking about? Most parents are going to talk about their kids. Most wives will probably talk about their husbands. Most husbands will probably talk about their wives. So be open to hearing what they're saying and opening the door to getting your patients to what? Refer their family members, refer their friends, so you can help them to live a better life through chiropractic. So this is it's meant to be a fun tip. It should be a fun tip. I certainly hope you're going to go down the path of getting some pumpkins and sharing these in your office with patients. It'll be a great experience for them. It'll teach them, and it'll do exactly what we're here to do, which is what? Increase patient certainty so we can increase patient retention. I'm Dr. Troy Dukowitz. This has been week 3. Have a fantastic week. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.